Well, we were ready.
And 10 for Conrad?
Yes.
Okay.
I only count 9. Oh, there he is. There he is.
What's that?
I only counted 9, but the other guy was at the bench.
Oh, okay.
Ow. God damn it. We're ready. We were ready.
Yeah.
And welcome back to Fairfield as the Eagles take on the Conrad Cowboys in District 1B boys basketball now. Again, our warm-up being brought to you by your Conrad Sports Club members. And we want to thank the good people of First Liberty Federal Credit Union for joining us for the boys contest as well after the girls won tonight by a score of 66-26. Let's hear from First Liberty Federal Credit Union. We'll get our boys game set up for you after this 60-second timeout. Well, these teams are on opposite ends of the District 1B. Fairfield finished 4-1 in the conference in the first half of the season, while Conrad, I don't think, had a conference win on the boys' side. Statistically, though, strangely enough, they're very similar teams. Conrad averages about 48 points a game. Fairfield averages about 50. The teams are just about even in free throw shooting. The three-pointers per game are almost identical. Fouls a game, almost exactly the same. The statistical number where the teams stand out is on defense. Fairfield gives up only 44 points a game. Conrad's giving up 57 a game on the season. Mike, you've seen Conrad a couple times this year. What about the Cowboys and the kind of pressure they put on defensively and why that's kind of let them down this year?
Well, one of the things is defensively they sometimes lack. They'll try to press a few times and then they just can't seem to get around those defenders. Usually they sag off a little bit and let people get easy shots that way, and they've just been they don't have that real tight, in-your-face type defense that we see some teams have when they try to do that. People are able to get around them fairly easily, so they are able to give up points. Offensively, they'll make some moves, but they have of course Shane Larson, probably their leading scorer. They have a lot of quickness. I will give that to them, but a lot of times they just get a little bit sloppy. Certainly
Fairfield is a team that likes to go to the basket, especially inside with passes, also on penetration. Last time these two teams played, Trevor Shank it is, and Jan Saganya combined for 29 of Fairfield's 49 points, and they beat the Cowboys by 14. We'll get to the starting lineups in just a moment. Our warm-up being brought to you by the First Liberty Federal Credit Union. We're back to Fairfield after this 60-second timeout.
Welcome to tonight's second district game between the visiting Conrad Cowboys and your home team, Fairfield Eagles. First, we'll do the starting lineups for the visiting Conrad Cowboys. A 6-foot senior, number 11, Tyler Padilla.
Conrad with overall pretty good size. Tyler Padilla starts on the outside, averaging 6 points a game. A 6-foot senior. Brett Peters, a senior at 5'11", with 8 varsity points so far this year. Shane Larson, the team's leading scorer, 6'1" junior, averaging almost 14 points a game. They start Tristan Diedrich, 6'2" junior at the power forward. He's averaging about 5 a game. And inside you've got Matt Missick, the 6'4" senior, who's averaging about 8 points a contest. So it's Padilla, Peters, Larson, Diedrich, and Missick for Tyson Anderson and the Conrad Cowboys.
And we'll see a lot of action also. They go to the bench quite a bit with Clark Judish and Kyle Murak, and you'll probably see them with getting a lot of playing time in this contest.
Dalton Palmer is the point guard for the Fairfield team, 6' junior, averaging about 4 points a game, but his game is not about scoring. Like a point guard, it's about distribution to your scorers, including Morgan Shank, who leads the team in scoring by 1 point over Trevor Shank. That's how even the Shanks are so far this year. Morgan, 5'10" senior, averages 13.9. Trevor up front, the 6'1" junior, averages 13.8. I'm sorry, Trevor's the leading scorer by 1 point, the 6'1" junior. Then you've got Jan Saganya at one post. He's a 6'3" junior, averaging 9 a game. The fifth starter is Tanner Mayer, another very good inside rebounder, 6'3" sophomore, averaging 2 points a game. So certainly you can see the big guys inside will be a key in this contest.
And I think with the Shank cousins, anytime one of them will get into foul trouble, the other one will really step it up, so they kind of complement each other that way. And of course, Dalton Palmer, a good ball handler for Fairfield also.
Our warm-up's been brought to you by the First Liberty Credit Union. Let's hear from a home cafe, and we'll come back to Fairfield after this 60-second timeout. These segmented mats are so cool.
What is?
These segmented mats. They roll up in no time flat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. They're. I've seen wrestling mats now in this.
Oh, yeah?
Cleaning up after a wrestling tournament is 6 times faster than it used to be.
Wow.
That's just so impressive.
Whoever thought of that
Yep.
deserves a Nobel Prize.
Yep, there's your $1 million and then some right there. That was a good idea.
Probably by someone who had to do that. Roll up those things.
Probably, yes.
Because there's got to be an easier one.
You're probably right.
Oh, yeah.
Fairfield won the opening tip, and on the opening possession, they got it inside to Janse Gagne, who was immediately surrounded like 5 players standing in one spot on the floor, and Gagne was called for traveling. So Conrad at the basket to your right is on the offense right now. They're in the flex, and Shane Larson comes on the outside to Brett Peters. Pass into the corner, knocked away from Missick and out of bounds by Trevor Schenk. And so Conrad will inbound in the near corner on the sideline.
Another thing about Conrad's offense is if they get frustrated early, they can really get sloppy, try to make a bunch of passes underneath and go out of bounds.
Tyler Padilla behind the back dribble in the right wing, gives it up top, and Larson will set the offense against the Fairfield man-to-man. Pass on the right, taken by Diedrich, waits, Larson comes back to the top of the key, gets the ball outside to Missick on the right wing, down to the baseline and Padilla, back out of the wing, and the ball was knocked away by Schenk, but picked up by Padilla. Now to Larson at the free throw line, shoots and misses off the line left. Palmer tips the rebound, grabbed by Gagne, still no score, and Fairfield up the floor. Tip ball at half court, picked up by Gagne. Backward now to Palmer, and they'll get the ball outside. On the offensive set, it's Tanner Mayer now. Pass to Palmer on the left wing. As they gambled, it was Peters trying to steal the ball. Bounce pass at the free throw line, taken by Gagne. Looking for some kind of movement. He takes one dribble and passes on the outside to Morgan Schenk. Schenk looks at a low post cutter. Bounce pass comes up top to Mayer. He'll take the ball to the right side. Bounce pass down low to Gagne. Powers the loop, had the shot blocked and a foul.
I was talking about how Conrad plays lax defense. They haven't done that so far. They've done exactly what I said they weren't doing before. They were in their face. They were able to tip some passes away, and they're really giving Fairfield some problems.
Foul was again Matt Missick, who thought he had pretty much all ball on that block attempt, and maybe he did up top, but a lot of body contact down low, and Gagne at the free throw line puts one in. And the last time these two teams played, Gagne had 13 points. Fairfield winning by 14. Second free throw is up and good. So Fairfield's first 2 points come via free throws. They will pick up full court man-to-man. It's a 2-0 Eagle lead. Long pass to Padilla in the front court. Pass down to the baseline. Missick's got it there. Missick bothered by Trevor Schenk. Will take the dribble to the wing. Picks up the dribble. Opened up for just a second. Bounce pass on the baseline. Taken out by Larson. Give and go through Missick's legs. Picked up by Padilla on the other side of the basket. Banks it off the glass and in. An unusual assist to say the least. It's a 2-2 tie. Palmer across half court, right to left. Takes the ball to the top of the key. It hits half pass into the corner to Morgan Schenk. Goes around 2 defenders, tries for the reverse layup. Then missed the shot, and Padilla goes the other way against 2 Fairfield defenders. Padilla takes it to the right side of the basket. Backs in against Palmer. Shot goes over the basket, and it's rebounded by Tanner Mayer. Mayer for Fairfield on the outlet to Palmer. Inside 6 minutes to play first quarter in a 2-2 tie. Ball to Mayer. Goes top of the key free throw line. Dribbled the ball off his foot and hit a Conrad arm on the way out of bounds. And Fairfield will inbound on the end line. Morgan Schenk to inbound. No, they're going to give way, and Mayer will take the spot, and Schenk goes into the far corner looking for the inbound pass. They lob it out to the wing. He's got the ball, eyes the three-pointer. Now skips across court, and Palmer's got it in the wing left side. Goes to the baseline, cut off there by Peters. Cross court to Schenk on the right side, drops it off for Mayer baseline. Back to Schenk for an open three-point look on the right wing, and it's in and out. Rebound tipped out to Mayer off of Padilla, and is picked up by Morgan Schenk. He'll take it in the lane with a jump stop. Stumbles forward, passes inside to Trevor Schenk. Got hit on the forehead as he went to shoot that ball. Missick's going to draw another foul for Conrad, and free throws for Fairfield. So Matt Missick will come out in a hurry, but first Trevor Schenk will get a free throw for the Fairfield team. Fairfield shooting 56.1% on the season. And the first free throw by Schenk
will probably be the person that replaces him. Yeah, it is.
And there he is. Saw Judish play a lot last year. As a sophomore now at 6'3", he's got good hops. Fairfield up 3-2, 5:32 to go in the opening quarter. And the second free throw by Trevor Schenk is good. Conrad will inbound. Again, Fairfield picking up full court man-to-man, and it's Shane Larson matched up against Morgan Schenk. Larson goes to the left hand, then rocks off a screen to the right hand, goes back to the left hand, takes it on the left side lane, all the way to the basket, a little bit of a fade-up 10-footer, no good, and Gagne secures the rebound for Fairfield. Outlet is to Dalton Palmer. Long pass to Morgan Schenk. On the right side wing, a long way from the basket. Goes away from a screen to the right side, goes all the way to the hoop and lays it in. Morgan Shank did not use the screen, went the other way instead, and threw all the defense off. And it's 6-2 Conrad, 5 minutes to go first quarter. Padilla to Larson up top. Larson with Shank sagging off him. Now pass to Peters on the right wing, puts the ball on the floor against Palmer. Pass into the corner, and it's Diedrich with it there to Peters, around to Padilla at the top of the key. Starts to drive to the free throw line, lost control of the dribble, picks it up, shovels outside, and on the drive, Clark Judish to the basket, spins to his left, low post, leaner is no good, and a rebound taken away by Trevor Shank. On the run, Shank across half court, had a little trouble with the dribble, hits the jump stop and gets the ball outside to Dalton Palmer. Palmer against Peters, dribbles top of the key, free throw line down the left side lane, passes on the outside, and Trevor Shank will shoot a three, and it's good. Timeout called by Conrad. Fairfield has made all but 2 of the shots they've taken so far. Free throws and field goals combined. We'll break for a minute. 4:23 to go first quarter. It's Fairfield 9, Conrad 2.
For more than 100 years, community-focused Teton Banks has served the area with friendly, professional service provided by people you know and trust. And isn't that what we'd all like from our bank? Teton Banks, solving your problems, serving your needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Shane Larson tried a low post pass down to Clark Judish, but Fairfield had to defend it very well, and the Eagles come to the other end off the steal, and Trevor Shank gets a low post basket. He's got 7 points already, and Fairfield leads 11-2. Across half court, Larson off a screen right, takes the ball to the wing, now rocks back to the top of the key. Bounce pass to the left side, Judish has it there. One dribble to his right, finds Peters, and now Padilla on the right side wing. Padilla puts the ball on the floor, gets inside position. Mayer with a hand check foul on the drive, and Conrad will get the ball out of bounds on Fairfield's first foul of the night. Conrad will inbound on the end line. Substitution first. And Jack Grubb will enter the game. Grubb, a 5'10 junior. Inbound to Judish. He'll take it to the basket. And Trevor Shank kind of fell asleep there. And all the way to the basket. A layup is good for Clark Judish. So that breaks a 9-0 run for Fairfield. They're up 11-4. Morgan Shank on the run to the left side wing. Bounce pass up top. Trevor Shank's open for three. Shoots, and it's off the back of the rim. Long rebound. Comes out, grabbed by Larson. On a break, 2-on-3. Larson strong to the basket. Crosses over at the hoop. Bad angle to the hoop, though. Missed the shot. It's rebounded by Tanner Mayer, who heads the other way with a 3-on-3. Bounce pass through the lane. Trevor Shank fumbled it, had it, lost it. Hooks it to Mayer. Inside the lane to Gagne. Shot is up and no good. Offensive rebound falls to Trevor Shank, and he puts it off the glass and in. 13-4 Fairfield. 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Larson against Shank. Across half court off the screen left. Now comes back to his right. Pass on the wing is to Judish. Judish takes a dribble, top of the key, free throw line, backs away and passes to his left. Taken there by Diedrich, and out to the right side to Grubb. On the left side, Larson shoots for three, and it's good. Found its way through the basket. The first basket for Shane Larson, and his 10th three-pointer of the season. 13-7 Fairfield. On the drive the other way, Palmer takes it inside the lane, hits Trevor Shank, the trailer, on the right side of the floor outside the three-point line. Shank backs out to the center circle, pressured out there against Conrad's man-to-man. Now to Morgan Shank. Shank on the dribble against Larson. Comes out on the left side to Dalton Palmer. Takes a dribble down to the baseline, bounce pass inside, and Judish steps right in front and takes the pass away. On the turnover, lead up the floor is to Grubb, try to fit a pass through defenders. It's tipped away and stolen by Morgan Shank. Goes one-on-one the other way against Judish, and we've got a collision underneath the basket. They've got Judish for contact on the defensive side. He and Shank with a little bump underneath the basket, and they rule the defensive player did not have his position on the floor.
Well, that's the correct call, too, is Clark Judish was right on him the whole time. Tried to get in front of him, but just kept on moving, and that's obviously a blocking foul there.
The defense initiated the contact. Morgan Shank makes the free throw for Fairfield. They've made all 5 of their free throws so far, and they're ahead 14-7. Substitutions for Fairfield. Joel Beck is in, a 6-foot sophomore. And Conrad is substituted as well. Brett Peters is back in now. And the second shot by Morgan Shank is good. So Conrad with Diedrich and Larson in the backcourt, Grubb, Peters, and Judish up front. Larson on a dribble to the right side across the half-court line to the top of the key. Passes to his left. Ball taken there by Clark Judish. Back on the right side now. Peters has it. Peters with the ball fake. Passes on the wing to Larson. Watched there by Morgan Shank. Pass goes top of the key, but running the other way is the Conrad offensive player. Diedrich made a cut to the basket. Over and back is called against Conrad as the ball heads out across the half-court line. Conrad shooting 3 of 8 in the early going. Fairfield 4 of 8. And again, they've got the free throws to have the advantage. Morgan Shank across half court. Larson's out on him near the center circle. Shank waiting for a cutter. They come out to the left side, and Palmer's got it. Passes along the wing to Trevor Shank, posting Beck down low. Shank spins on the wing, almost a double team. Pass comes up top to Mayer. Now to Morgan Shank. Takes the ball on the baseline. Slides out behind the backboard. Pass outside to Trevor Shank. Three-pointer on the left wing, no good. Rebound came right to Beck. Goes up strong and puts it in.
A great follow through as Joel Beck just waited underneath that basket, was able to put it right back in with people in his face and get the 2.
17-7 Fairfield as Larson comes across half court. Grubb takes the pass on the left wing. He's watched by Palmer in the man-to-man. Grubb puts the ball on the floor, finds Diedrich. Now to Larson on the baseline right. Got by Morgan Shank. Double teamed as he goes to the baseline. Fades up a 6-footer. It's no good. Rebound tipped out to Grubb. He'll dribble backward out to the right corner. Grubb to Diedrich out on the right side. Larson once again. He'll take the 3 out from the right wing. Good. Larson with his second 3. That one went straight down. It's 17-10 Fairfield. 50 seconds to go first quarter. Palmer across half court to the top of the key. Hesitation dribble. Gets him down to the baseline. Bounce pass inside to Beck. And a double team. Puts it off the glass and in. Fairfield getting the ball at the basket at will right now. They lead by 9. Larson across half court, 19-10 Fairfield, 36 seconds to go in the quarter. Larson one-on-one at the top of the key. Pass to his left out of the midcourt, and Peters has it there. Out to Diedrich at the top of the key. Around right side, Larson on the wing. Shakes against Morgan Shank. Still on the dribble now, spins to the right hand, goes to the baseline. Pull up for a 12-footer. It's off balance and no good. Trevor Shank's on the rebound for Fairfield. 18 seconds to go in the quarter. Long pass by Palmer to Mayer. He'll wait for the rest of his team to join him, and it goes out to Palmer outside to Shank. 12 to go in the quarter. Shank with Larson coming out on him. Screens come from either way. Shank takes the ball on the right side, goes to the lane, jump stop, and an 8-foot runner is off the rim. No good. Rebound, Beck battles. It's loose on the end line. Larson takes it, throws it the length of the floor, and time runs out as that ball headed aimlessly toward the right corner. And the first quarter comes to an end. Solid offensive effort and a lot of shots around the basket. Good for Fairfield. They're through 8 minutes, and the score is Fairfield 19 and Conrad 10.
Better than the first quarter of the girls' game. (20-6) at the end of the.
I'm sorry.
I said the girls' game is 20-6 at this point.
Yep. Good first quarter for Fairfield. 6 of 12 from the field, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. And they open up a 9-point lead thanks to the 9 points by Trevor Shank. Conrad with the basketball now. Tyler Padilla back on the floor, gives to Blake Underdahl on the right wing. Pass comes up top, and on that side it's Kyle Murak who's in at the top of the key. Now on the left wing, Padilla with a jump stop in the lane, shot blocked by Dutton Palmer. Picked up by Underdahl, he'll bring it back outside for the Cowboys. Pass comes to Peters, now to Padilla. He's got the ball between his circles, pass on the right side to Underdahl. Blake Underdahl with a dribble and a bounce pass top of the key to Diedrich. Tristan Diedrich watched outside by Joel Beck. They go on the left side wing. Padilla's got it there. Tyler Padilla waits, being guarded by Morgan Shank. Bounce pass down to the baseline. Murek's got it in the low post, backs in against Gagne. Now to the outside, and Padilla fires up an 18-footer from the left baseline. It's no good. Rebounded by Gagne. Gagne for Fairfield. Again, Eagles leading by 9. Palmer long pass into the front court. Taken there by C.J. McWilliams. Ball knocked out of his hands by Padilla. Referee said it was Padilla who had it last. And referees confer, and they do say it is Fairfield's ball. Eagles with C.J. McWilliams, Janse Gagne, Joel Beck, Dalton Palmer, and Morgan Shank. McWilliams will inbound, dries his hands on his uniform, brings the ball into Dalton Palmer. Underdahl on him, Palmer on the dribble. Takes the ball to the right side of the floor. Pass there to Morgan Shank. Out on him is Peters. Pass to the free throw line to Gagne. Turns in, dumps it baseline to Beck. Steps left, goes back right, spins it off the glass and in. Again, another shot around the basket for Fairfield. They lead 21-10. Padilla, long pass to Underdahl in the front court on the left side wing. Takes the dribble to the free throw line. Goes outside to Diedrich. Had to bat the ball down and picks it up near the near sideline. Now to Padilla on the right wing. Tyler on the dribble started left. Goes back right. Got around Morgan Shank. Plays it up and in. Good spin move by Tyler Padilla. 21-12 Fairfield. Early in the second quarter as McWilliams comes across half court. CJ on the crossover dribble. Picks the ball up on the right wing. Pass top of the key is to Gagne. Out on the left wing to Morgan Shank. Down low, Palmer's in the low post. Turns up against the end line. Gives it to Shank on the wing. Drives. Whistle, blocking foul called against Conrad. Bump against Brett Peters is his first and the fourth team foul on the Cowboys. Peters is out. Shane Larson is back in now for Conrad. Larson, Padilla, Underdahl, Diedrich, and Murak. Kyle Murak for Conrad. Inbound comes to Morgan Shank in the Fairfield backcourt side of half court. Shank against Larson to the front court, takes a dribble to his left. Bounce pass in the left corner to Palmer. Pull up three-pointer there, no good. Backside rebound, we've got a whistle. They're pointing to the end line down there. That's where they're going to inbound the ball as they've got a push-off against Gagne. Second team foul against Fairfield, and Conrad will inbound. Morgan Shank looking to pick up Shane Larson. Good matchup on both ends of the floor. Larson across half court now, steps to his right, pass on the wing to Underdahl. Blake Underdahl against McWilliams, comes top of the key to Larson, left side to Murak. He can shoot that three-pointer. Bounce pass in the high post, a little bit behind Diedrich. Nicely scooped off the floor by Beck into Morgan Shank's hands, and Fairfield's got a steal. Palmer across half court. Long pass baseline left, and Gagne is open. Pull up 12-footer is no good. Got his own rebound, though, and coming underneath him, a collision with Larson, and Larson draws the foul.
Surprised they didn't try to get that ball down low to Joe Beck. That's what they've been going to quite a bit. He's been very effective just kind of making a living down there and getting the easy two when he gets the ball underneath.
Matt Missick is back in with 2 fouls for Conrad. McWilliams inbounds, finds Shake out of the right wing. Quickly Underdahl out on him and out to Palmer, and they'll bring the ball back out to the center circle and set the offense. Palmer against the 2-3 zone here. To Morgan Shank on the right side. Back to Palmer up top. Fakes left, comes back right to Shank. Back to Palmer around left side to McWilliams. Cross-court pass, and Morgan Shank calling for it on the right side. Takes it baseline, cut off by Larson. Bounce pass back to Gagne, who's on the right wing now. The ball knocked out of his hands. Picked off, and Larson's got a steal in a 3-on-1. They scoop it. Underdahl takes it to the right side. Got around Palmer. Laid it up and missed. Larson on the rebound. Got hit hard on the way up. And a foul called.
Yeah, he went up and the ball just kind of went straight back down on him, but there was contact made underneath, so we'll be going to the line.
First foul on Dalton Palmer. And so Shane Larson, who's got 2 3-point baskets on the night, he leads the team in 3-pointers as well as in scoring overall. Puts up a free throw here, and it's no good. 21-12, Fairfield leading. Conrad is a free throw shooting team, 55.4%. Very similar in numbers to what Fairfield has done on the regular season, but certainly not matching what the Eagles have done tonight. Free throw by Larson is good. Fairfield has not missed a free throw in 6 tries, and they substitute Trevor Schenk back in, and Joel Beck will come out. So 21-13 now after that Larson made free throw. Ball to Morgan Schenk. He is talking with Dalton Palmer as they come up the floor, walking the ball across half court now. They'll attack the zone. They come right side. Palmer steps up right wing, goes cross court to McWilliams. Takes it baseline, pulls up there, crosses over and travels. Right idea, but apparently took an extra step or slid the pivot foot or something on that drive. Referees didn't like it, and Conrad will inbound. Cowboys down 8. Underdahl trying to get the ball in. Still trying to get it in, and he stepped on the end line. He just kept inching forward a little bit looking for that pass. All of a sudden, referee Greg Tatsy looked down, and he's got a shoe on the line.
Yeah, I think he was just getting kind of over anxious, didn't want the 5 to come up and didn't realize where his foot was.
McWilliams to inbound to Morgan Shank on the left wing. Takes it inside the zone. Pass to the baseline and Gagne. Back on the outside to Morgan Shank. Up top now to Palmer. Takes it off his shoe tops on the dribble there. Picks up the dribble. Watched by Padilla. Pass on the right side to McWilliams. Now to Palmer up top. Back to McWilliams on the right side wing to the baseline. And Trevor Shank's got it. Takes it to the free throw line. Angles back to the left for the pass to Morgan Shank. He'll take it inside the zone. Pull up 12-footer, no good. Rebound. And Larson takes the ball for Conrad. Larson on the run, 3-on-3. Takes the ball to the left side. And Padilla caught the ball. Took about 4 steps trying to get the ball behind his back. And as a result, travels with it.
Just trying to get too fancy there, getting the ball around the defender. And yeah, if you can do that, it's great. But if you can't, it's good. You get that danger of getting a turnover.
I think it was the right dribble. The defender was right in front of him, but he kind of caught the ball at his hip before he could get it back around, and there's the extra steps. Cross-court lob underneath to Morgan Shank. He puts it up and no good. Trevor Shank is high, and the shot blocked by Padilla. Conrad breaks out on a 2-on-1 underdog. Backward pass to Padilla. Lays up and in.
Great quick move there, finding Padilla underneath as he was the trailer, got the layup.
Suddenly, Conrad's within 6 at 21-15. McWilliams on the left wing to Fairfield. Baseline, Trevor Shank pull up 15-footer, no good. Rebound went over Murak, picked up there by Underdahl.
Conrad doing some great rebounding too.
And here's Larson at the top of the key to Padilla, left wing for three, and it's off the back iron. Rebound comes right back at him. Oh, people collide, going in different directions inside. 4 players with Underdahl hitting the floor, and eventually they called a foul out of all that, and we'll check the call, and it's against Padilla.
It looked terrible from where we were at. I saw that Blake Underdahl's body just go up and hit hard, but he snapped right back up again.
Fairfield wants a timeout. We'll break for a minute with 3:48 to go in the half. The score is Fairfield 21, Conrad 15.
That was scary.
That was a little scary.
Oh, gee whiz.
Coming out of the timeout, good passing by Fairfield. Got the ball to Tanner Mayer, who gave up a shot underneath the basket to find Jan Seganya, who went strong to the basket, got the hoop, and the foul against Shane Larson. Seganya now trying for a three-point play. That was Fairfield's only 4th point of the quarter. And the free throw is up and in. Fairfield had started the quarter 1 of 7 from the field, allowing Conrad to get back in. Now the Eagles up 9 at 24-15. Larson with a head and shoulder fake, got by Morgan Shake into the front court, having a little trouble with the dribble. Bounce pass on the left wing, Murek's got it there. Drives against Gagne, got by Gagne, drives in a lane, a little running 6-footer, no good. And rebounded by Dalton Palmer for Fairfield. Palmer across half court, 5-on-5, slows the ball down as Conrad falls back in the zone. Conrad started the game man-to-man. Palmer will go to Morgan Shank outside on the right wing to Palmer up top. Fakes left, comes back right to Morgan Shank. High post bounce pass to Gagne. Down low to Trevor Shank, and he stuck the layup on the side of the rim, and he missed it. Rebound to Murak. Up the floor. Long pass and caught by Blake Underdahl. Off balance 7-footer in the lane, no good. Got his own rebound. Goes outside to Larson. Quick move to his right. Pull up 16-footer, no good. Rebound tipped outside to Morgan Shank's got it. Fairfield on the run. Here comes Shank 1-on-1 against Larson. Got by Larson. Rolls up the shot, no good. Trevor Shank on the rebound. Got bumped on the way to the basket, and a foul is called.
Both Blake Underdahl and Kyle Murak both on there, and they're going to call, looks like, the foul on Murak.
His first foul, now 18 fouls against Conrad. And Trevor Shank to the free throw line, looking to get into double figures. And the shot is up, and this one no good. It's Fairfield's first miss from the night in 8 tries. Joel Beck back in for Fairfield. Gagne will get a break. Tristan Diedrich back in for Conrad, and Kyle Murak comes out. 24-15 Fairfield, 2:44 to go in the first half. Again, the Fairfield girls won tonight over Conrad 66-26. Second free throw by Trevor Shank is good. He does have 10 points. Fairfield by 10. Shane Larson in the backcourt for Conrad against Morgan Shank across half court. Goes to his left, got by Shank, picks the ball up in the lane. Passes outside to Diedrich and out to Underdahl. Underdahl on the right wing with a pass to his left to Larson. Drives in the lane, jump stop, pull up, 10-foot leaner, good. Shane Larson's got 9 points, and it's 25-17 Fairfield. Dalton Palmer right to left across half court. Walks the ball through the center circle, passes to his right. On there is Tanner Mayer. Dribbles up to the three-point line, brings it to Palmer, back to Mayer, now baseline to Trevor Shank. Puts the ball on the floor, has inside position, got caught in traffic, though missed the shot. Offensive rebound, Joel Beck up, and it's no good. Fairfield, Beck able to tip it to himself, and he put it in. Nice little tip by Beck off the glass as Fairfield dominates the boards. They lead 27-17. Larson across half court. Pass in the right wing, Underdahl's got it there. Underdahl puts the ball on the floor, fakes left, comes right to Larson on the left or right baseline. Dribbles to the wing, spin dribble got by Morgan Shank, and a whistle and a blocking foul called against Morgan Shank. His first foul, 14 fouls against Fairfield, and Conrad substitutes. Murek is back in, and Missick is out. Again, Matt Missick with 2 fouls that he picked up early in the contest. They'll keep him from getting that third as Diedrich brings the ball in play. Pass is to Murek out near the top of the key. Right side to Underdahl. Blake on the left-handed dribble. Pass to Padilla at the top of the key. Tyler will hold it there. Now drives, got by Mayer, weaved his way into the lane, and drew contact as Beck hooked him with a hip going into the lane. And so Fairfield's got that foul to give. Morgan Shank will get back in now for Fairfield. And Mayer will come out with 1:37 to go in the half. 5 team fouls against Fairfield. Larson to set the play. They screen for Underdahl under the basket. He can't break free. Murek, the screener, goes to get the ball, and it's intercepted by Trevor Shank. He breaks out, got a 2-on-1, drives to the basket, hooks the ball to Palmer, lays it up and in.
Looks like he was going to the basket, saw Palmer right beside him, dumped the ball to him, and he picks up his first 2.
29-17 Fairfield, and on the drive, Dalton Palmer puts a shoulder into Underdahl and draws contact and a foul. Second foul on Dalton Palmer. And again, Conrad has to inbound the ball on the end line with 1:23 to play in the half. Larson will set the play. Diedrich pops out into the corner. They lob it out between the circles instead to Murek, and now to Padilla, and to make a pretty good catch out near the center circle to keep that from being over and back. Now Padilla on the left wing slid as he went to plant and make a pass on the backdoor cut, and that 1.5 slide there is a travel call. Fairfield only 4 turnovers tonight. Conrad has 8 now. Brett Peters is back in. Fairfield's got 1:16 to work with in the half. Dalton Palmer walks it across half court. Conrad stays in the zone. Pass right side. Trevor Shank comes cross court to Morgan Shank. Up top to Palmer. Takes a dribble to his right. In the lane. Picks it up. Kicks it back out left wing to Morgan Shank for an open 3. Shots in and out. Hit the glass. Rebound comes to Gagne. Goes up strong. Got fouled. And he called for the charge. He threw out the arm on the play. They ruled the offensive player created the contact. You don't see that call very often. But I would not argue that that was not the right call in that case. I think that's a pretty good call.
I think that's probably exactly what happened there, and that's second foul on Gagne.
So Conrad will work with Larson now across half court with help from a screen to his right. Pass on the wing. Underdahl's got it there. Post Diedrich down low. He kind of slid through the post, and they bring it up top to Murek. Out on the left side now. Inside position for Brett Peters. Goes to the baseline. Can't shoot. Outside to Larson. Pull up 17-footer. Good. Shane Larson knocks down the shot. He's got 11 of Conrad's 19. Cowboys are down 10. Palmer with 33 seconds to go in the quarter gets the ball in the center circle and puts the brakes on there. Still dribbling, but he's got his blue shoes inside the Eagle at center court. Still dribbling. Conrad is really not going to come out and challenge. Now Morgan Shank gets the pass. Now Conrad jumps into a double team, and he got tripped up by Blake Underdahl, who was reaching in as Shank went between defenders. The foul against Underdahl will put Shank at the line with 20 seconds to go in the half.
Well, it looks like they were just going to run down the clock, and then Conrad decided, well, we're not going to let him do that, and ended up getting right in their face, but ended up drawing contact.
I have to wonder if Palmer would have kept the ball out in the center circle if Conrad would have just stayed back in the zone, because as soon as that ball came to the wing, they jumped out and into that double team. Free throw by Shank is good. He's got 5 points now, 30-19. Fairfield leads. And another chance at the basket to your left. Shank shoots and scores. Fairfield's had a very good day from the free throw line. Conrad down 12. Larson calling for a special play. He'll bring the ball to half court with 14 seconds. Dribbling in the center circle. Morgan Shank sags off him, creeping a little bit closer. Now Larson off the screen right. Takes the ball to the right wing, down to the baseline. Stops there, still dribbling, comes to the wing. Pass top of the key. It's Underdahl off a screen for 3, and it's off the back of the rim. No good. Battle for the rebound. Peters for Conrad. And Morgan Shank for Fairfield. They fall down together. The ball goes away, and the half runs out. So Conrad got back in the game with a pretty good opening to the second quarter, but Fairfield made more free throws in that second quarter, and they pull out to a 12-point halftime lead. Let's break for 2 minutes with the score at the half. Fairfield 31, Conrad 19. penetrating team. Everything from 8 feet on in has really been Fairfield's in this contest on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, they were getting the ball down low to Joel Beck quite a bit, letting him shoot underneath, and we've seen both Shanks get inside and just make these power move to the holes. That's basically where their offense has been coming from.
And rebounds as well. Fairfield had a bunch of offensive boards. Conrad had very few offensive boards really in that first half.
Well, yeah. It started off looking like Conrad was going to win the battle of the boards early on, but then it started being Fairfield more getting the second and third chances at the basket.
Fairfield numbers in the first half. Trevor Schenk had 9 first-quarter points. He has 10 at halftime, including 3 of 4 from the free throw line and a 3-point basket, his 8th of the season. Joel Beck adds 8 points, and he was strong around the basket on the offensive rebounds. Morgan Schenk 1 field goal, but 4 of 4 free throws for 6 points. Jan Saganu with 5 points. He made all 3 of his free throws, and Dalton Palmer had a second-quarter basket for 2. Fairfield shooting 37% from the field, 10 of 27 in the first half. But how about that free throw shooting in the first half?
10 for 11, yeah, 91% there, and that's got to make you feel good, especially when you've gone to the free throw line as many times as Fairfield has. So, you add that to your prowess, then things go pretty good because you take those 10 points away, and all of a sudden it'd be a 2-point game.
And Fairfield only 5 turnovers to this point as well, and 7 fouls as a team. Dalton Palmer with 2 and Jan Saganu with 2. Conrad has only 3 in the scoring column, and really only 2 people have scored. That's Shane Larson, a pair of 3-point baskets, 11 first-half points, and Tyler Padilla had 6 points. That included a couple of baskets in the second quarter. Clark Judish has the other hoop for Conrad, and he has played very little for the Cowboys so far. Conrad shooting 36% from the field at 8 of 22. 1 of 2 from the free throw line is all. 8 turnovers for the Cowboys, 9 fouls all in all, but Shane Larson had 2 and Matt Missick had 2. And for Conrad, we talked about how easy it was for the Fairfield to get the ball at the basket, and they're getting a lot of good shots that way. Not quite as easy for Conrad. They've tried the penetration. They've been able to get inside position, but a lot of those shots aren't going in. They're almost better at perimeter shots than they are within 10 feet.
That's what they've been doing. They've been taking the ball outside just a little bit more. Shane Larson has been putting up some three-pointers, and just trying to get the ball inside is just not working for Conrad. And so, like you said, those perimeter shots are what they're relying on right now. And the bad part about that is if you take a lot of perimeter shots when they don't go down, you don't get second or third chances at the basket.
That's true. I've had halftime. We take a 2-minute timeout. Our score at the half is Fairfield 31 and Conrad 19. At the half, Fairfield leads Conrad in the boys basketball game 31-19. The girls of Fairfield raised their winning streak to 89 straight now with a 66-26 victory over Conrad earlier tonight. Well, you know, the girls' side, Fairfield seems to be the number one team. Shoto seems to be number two. Not a big argument about that right now, although Cutbank may have something to say about that later on. But, Mike, you've seen just about all the 1B boys play right now. What's your assessment of the boys' side of the basketball in the first half of the season?
Well, my assessment is Shoto's the team to actually look out for. They haven't had a conference loss yet so far. And so right now they're sitting in that number one spot, and I've seen the way they play. And so they're the team I think that to look out for. And Fairfield is probably the second best team right now. Conrad's kind of a mystery to me. I'm surprised that because they haven't had a conference win yet. They're 1-8 on the season, and it's just because there's so many people that are back. You know, you think they would be just a little bit better. You know, and Shelby is right now the fifth place team. They've had the one win, and that has been over Shelby. The other surprise is Rocky Boy. Sometimes I figured they might be one of the dominating teams in there. Right now they're sitting at 2-3 and 5-5. So, and who knows with Rocky Boy? They always end up coming up tournament time and doing something different. So, right now I would say that Shoto is probably the team to beat right now in the 1B. You can never count out Fairfield, and Rocky Boy's the mystery. Cutbank is kind of a surprise too, that they're the number 3 team right now after they only had 2 conference wins last year, and they only lost one person. I figured they might be hovering around there too towards the bottom, but a lot of surprises, I think.
Cutbank is third in the conference right now. Fairfield second in the conference. They will play here Saturday afternoon. Let's take another 1-minute timeout. Get ready for the second half. At the half here, it's Fairfield 31, Conrad 19.
You got some air on that one.
Start of the second half, Dalton Palmer took the ball right to the basket for Fairfield and got a layup, and now a turnaround jumper in the low post by Kyle Murak is good. So the teams trade baskets to start the third quarter. It's 33-21 Fairfield. Palmer with a pass to Morgan Schenk on the left side. Bounce pass will come up top. Trevor Schenk's got it there. Diedrich fell down. Trevor Schenk with a pass to the baseline, and Palmer banks it off the glass and in. So a couple of quick baskets for the Fairfield point guard. They lead 35-21. Shade Larson for Conrad against Morgan Schenk. Fairfield stays man-to-man. Larson will pass to the right side. Blake Underdahl's got it on the wing there. Larson comes back top of the key and gets the ball. Now to the left side, and Matt Missick's got it. Missick puts the ball on the floor, dribbles to his right, gets inside the lane, passes then outside to Brett Peters, to Larson out of the right side wing. Larson dribbles by Morgan Schenk, gets in the lane and jumps it off to the baseline, and Missick with an opportunity to the basket, puts it up and no good, gets a second chance, puts it too hard off the glass, and it's rebounded by Gagne. It was Missick, by the way, who got that first basket for Conrad. And so it's still 35-21. Palmer against Padilla. Long pass up against the sideline to Morgan Schenk, who tried to save it out to the center circle, but there was nobody in the center circle. Fairfield is called for over and back as they retrieve the ball. So Conrad to inbound here. Tristan Diedrich will bring the ball in. Brett Peters is looking for the ball, now gets it. Against Dalton Palmer. Pass to Shane Larson out of the right side wing. Padilla runs around the screen. Ball comes up top of the key to Diedrich. Left side, Peters has it. Peters against Palmer. A couple dribbles up top. Padilla will take it against Tanner Mayer to the baseline. Cut off on the wing, actually. Skips it cross court. Larson with a nice shoulder high catch. Comes up on the top of the key. Pulls up for a two-point shot that's no good. Rebound hits the floor out at the free throw line. And Mayer's got it there for Fairfield. And a backcourt foul is called. Conrad gave one up about 70 feet from the basket. And the foul is the second against Tyler Padilla.
Well, Tyler Padilla was just trying to go after that kind of frustration there that he lost that ball and gets called for his second foul.
Palmer with a bounce pass on the left side. Mayer's got it there. Tanner Mayer pressured by Padilla, gets inside position and a whistle, and a timeout was called by Fairfield here on the sideline. We'll break for a minute. 5:49 to go in the third quarter with timeout. It's Fairfield 35, Conrad 21. Fairfield on the inbound. Dalton Palmer's got it at the top of the key. High post pass to Trevor Schenk. Lobs it down low. Gagne one-arms that ball out of the air. Puts it off the glass and in. Janse Gagne with 7 points. 37-21 Fairfield. Shane Larson shakes and bakes at the top of the key. Pass deep into the left corner. Brett Peters has it there. Comes out of the wing. Now back to the baseline. Tried to pass into the corner, and Gagne bats it out of bounds. Clark Judish is in for Conrad. Missick comes out. Blake Underdahl in for Conrad. And Peters comes out. Early in the third, and Fairfield has already outscored Conrad 6-2 in this quarter on 3 of 3 shooting from the field. Larson for the Cowboys. Pass on the left. Underdahl's got it there. A long way from the three-point line. Brings it up. Larson, top of the key. Started to dribble right. Morgan Schenk was right there. Gave the ball to Judish. Back to Larson. Schenk almost tied him up. And Larson's going to be called for double dribble. A little off balance. Started to fall backward. Put the ball on the floor again. And turns it over. Jack Grubb comes in for Larson for Conrad now. So we've got Padilla and Grubb, Underdahl, Judish, and Diedrich right now as Dalton Palmer comes across half court for Fairfield. Top of the key against the 2-3 zone. To Morgan Schenk, to Palmer, left side to Tanner Mayer. Mayer to the baseline. Gagne's got it there. Outside to Mayer. Up top to Palmer. Right side to Schenk around the horn. Back up top to Palmer. Fakes left, comes right to Schenk. Back to Palmer. Dribbles down the right side lane. Has trouble with the dribble. Pass in the corner to Trevor Schenk. Got by 2 defenders. Tried to go for the reverse layup, and a blocking foul is called. Judish got him with the hip going by under the basket. Second foul on Clark Judish. Fairfield will inbound on the end line. Mayer to set the play. Blair will lob it out to Morgan Schenk, deep in the right wing. Now to Gagne, inside the three-point arc on the right baseline. To Schenk with a bounce pass to Palmer up top. Palmer swings it left side. Mayer with a catch there. Comes cross-court to Morgan Schenk on the right side. Bounce pass to Palmer. Back to Morgan Schenk. Sets. Comes back to Palmer in the high post to Trevor Schenk. Goes on the backdoor look, but didn't get it to Mayer. Now pass outside to Morgan Schenk. To Palmer. To Mayer on the left wing. Down low Trevor Schenk. Wheels in the paint. Turn around hook shot. No good. Rebound tipped up by Morgan Schenk and in.
Boy, and Morgan Schenk caught her right in the air and was able to put it back in.
Timeout called by Conrad. It will break for a minute with 4:17 to go in the third quarter. The score is Fairfield 39, Conrad 21.
For more than 100 years, community-focused Teton Banks has served the area with friendly, professional service provided by people you know and trust. And isn't that what we'd all like from our bank? Teton Banks, solving your problems, serving your needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Ward, she's kind of upset you don't have a banner up.
That's sweet, right?
That's right.
Fairfield pulling away in this quarter. Conrad with the basketball. Reverse dribble by Tyler Padilla into the right side wing on the offensive end. Pressured there by Mayer. Padilla gets the pass away, intercepted by Gagne. Gagne's got a half a step on Diedrich. Lays up, tried to dunk it. It hits the back of the rim and comes out. Rebounded by Mayer. Played it off of Padilla. Rolls into Gagne under the basket. He rolls it in. So he ends up getting points after all, and Fairfield leads 41-21. Padilla falls down with the dribble on the right side of the floor, gets outside to Underdahl on the right wing. Pass up top to Grubb, swings it left side. Padilla's on that side of the floor now against Tanner Mayer. Padilla spins to his left, goes to the baseline, pass top of the key. Underdahl's got it, thinks about a three. He'll shoot it there, and it's in and out. Rebound fell off the backside to Morgan Shank, and a foul on the rebound. Gagne was pushed down a little bit there, and we'll check the call. And the call is against Clark Judish, and it's his third. Well, you can't much compete with what Fairfield's doing on the half-court offense right now. Okay, Gagne missed a dunk, but, I mean, they're executing very well.
Yeah, it's been kind of their quarter so far. They've been able to dominate just from outside and inside and getting that ball underneath. Some great putbacks also by Fairfield.
Morgan Shank up top to Dalton Palmer down the right wing. Skips across court to Shank off a screen for a very long three, and that's off the backboard, no good. Inside position for Trevor Shank, but he missed the shot. Tried to get his rebound again, and he's fouled from the backside. And again, Fairfield just dominating the rebounds right now, and Clark Judish has his fourth foul. So Matt Missick is back in. Judish to the sidelines. Mayer will inbound with 3:15 to go in the third quarter. Fairfield leading 41-21. Mayer gets it to Morgan Shank on the right side. To Mayer on the baseline. Back to Shank up top. Trevor Shank asking for it in the high post. They skip it cross court instead to Palmer. Now up to Shank, top of the key. Right side to Mayer. Down to the baseline. Trevor Shank's got it there. Slides in against two defenders. Pass outside Mayer. Top of the key, Morgan Shank. Now to Palmer on the left wing. Dalton Palmer skips across court. Mayer will set from 18. Shoots over Missick. Or Murak. It's good. First basket for Tanner Mayer on the night, 43-21 Fairfield. 2:45 to go in the quarter. Larson across half court against Morgan Shank. Larson with a pass on the right. Underdahl with Dalton Palmer on him. Takes one dribble, pass up top to Larson. Shane will bring it on the left side. Murak's got it there. Kyle Murak with a whistle and a collision down underneath the basket. Murak hit the floor. Larson hit the floor, and we'll see what the referee saw. And he called a foul. He called it 23. It's Morgan Shank, okay? Second foul on Morgan Shank on the cut. Trevor Shank comes out, and Joel Beck will come in. There are 23s on each team, and that's why the scorer's table is looking down and saying, hey, which 23 you want? They were both involved in that collision, as they have been with Larson and Morgan Shank all night. Inbound lob is to Missick. Took it out of the air, missed the shot. Murak turned around, and a shot blocked by Gagne. And it's rebounded by Tanner Mayer. Mayer gets the ball across half court. Long pass, Morgan Shank on the left wing. Hesitates now, drives to the free throw line across the lane. Pass to Palmer on the right wing. Kicks it out against the zone. Comes back to the top of the key with 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Palmer on the pass on the angle left to Mayer. Down to the baseline and Gagne. Back to Mayer. Steps inside the three-point arc. Brings it up top to Palmer. Fakes right. Comes back left to Mayer. Down to Gagne. Baseline 15-footer off the front iron. Rebound. Joel Beck inside that. Stuffed from behind by Murak. Saved by Mayer, and it hit a Fairfield player on the way out of bounds. So Conrad will inbound on the end line. They've scored only 2 points this quarter, and the basket came early with Matt Missick. Matter of fact, started the quarter with that basket. Fairfield by 22. Larson across half court. Pass to Underdahl on the right wing, down to the baseline. Missick's got it there in the right corner. Missick spins against Beck, has not dribbled yet. Spins, now puts the ball on the floor to whistle, and a blocking foul against Beck. You get up belly to belly with the guy before he dribbles, and if he puts the ball on the floor, almost every time he's got the angle on you, and there's nothing you can do unless you anticipate where he's going. Tanner Mayer out, C.J. McWilliams in for Fairfield with 1:43 to go in the quarter. Larson to inbound. Bring Murak across the lane. Now they'll lob it out near the center circle, and Underdahl catches that, and ball knocked away, and Palmer goes behind the back and led McWilliams too far on the pass out of bounds. Blake Underdahl had gone for the high pass. Palmer jumped up, grabbed it with him, and that carried Underdahl off balance, and he fell on the floor and onto his back. He gets up a little sore, but he's otherwise okay.
He was the other one involved in that big collision where he went down hard too. Blake Underdahl just taking a beating.
43-21 Fairfield. Shane Larson will work the ball against Morgan Shank in the battles of the number 23 players. Larson will pass on the right side. Underdahl's got it there. Apparently none the worse for wear. Bounce pass up top, and Murak's got it. Out to the left wing, and Larson shakes to his right. Pulls up 15-footer over Morgan Shank. No good. Rebound. Grubb battling on the backside. The ball hit the end line as he and McWilliams battled. They're going to say that's off the Fairfield player, and they go to Conrad. Conrad in this quarter, 1 of 8 from the field. Inbound comes to Missick. High post to Murek. Almost knocked away by Gagne. Murek gets in the lane, can't shoot, goes outside. The pass goes by Underdahl. He'll pick it up in the backcourt. And another over and back called against Conrad. Fairfield has been amazingly stingy in some of the games that I've scored for them this season against opponents. Second halves, they do not give up that many points. They may not score that many points either, but they don't give up that many. Morgan Shank to Palmer to Shank. I wanted to have time during the week to work up that number for you, but I didn't. Maybe Saturday. Shank on the drive, cut off by Missick. Pass to the baseline left. Palmer's got it there. Out into the corner. Double teamed in that corner, and Larson jumps high and tips the pass out of bounds. Ball into the student section, comes out into the corner. C.J. McWilliams. Now it's going to be Dalton Palmer standing among the cheerleaders who get out of the way. Palmer to inbound, fires it to Morgan Shank. Top of the key, takes it down the right side lane, crosses in the lane. Good defense by Larson, cut him off. They'll go outside to McWilliams for 3, and it's no good. Rebound comes right to Underdahl, and Conrad heads the other way. Larson on a 5-on-5 break. Palmer picked his pocket at half court. Larson comes back, knocks the ball away, and Underdahl's got it back. Now Underdahl on a bounce pass inside to Missick. Banks it off the glass and in.
Good look seeing Missick as he was posted down low, and Underdahl said, well, just here, you take it, and ends up getting the 2.
43-23 Fairfield. Morgan Shank against Larson. Swings the ball to his left, takes the ball top of the key. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Pass to the left wing. McWilliams has it there against Grubb. McWilliams against the man-to-man. Bounce pass top of the key. Gagne's got it, 13 in the quarter. They've cut it through Palmer through the lane. And they'll pass it to Beck now. Outside the three-point arc of the left wing with 7. Tried to pass it inside. Ball knocked loose by Larson and stolen. Larson will break up the floor. He's got 2.5 seconds. Larson goes to his right. Stumps up in the lane. Pull up 10-footer at the buzzer. Rimmed out. And the quarter comes to an end. So another solid quarter for Fairfield inside. A tough shooting quarter for Conrad. And at the end of 3 quarters, we take time out with a score. Fairfield 43,
Kay
Conrad
and Kenneth
23.
Naylor started Kay's Auto in 1955. The Fairfield store opened in March of 1984 and has been going strong ever since. Today, Ken and Jan Naylor own and operate the family business. They have proudly supported the Fairfield community and school for 28 years. For all of your automotive parts, vehicle accessories, and automotive tools, be sure to stop into the Fairfield Kay's Auto Store. Customers will experience outstanding service in a friendly atmosphere and guaranteed high-quality parts. Please visit Kay's Auto of Fairfield for any of your automotive needs. Thank you for your business, and go Eagles!
Still closer than the girls' game.
Conrad with the ball to start the second half on the drive. Tristan Diedrich with a runner in the lane. Misses from 7, and Fairfield's on the rebound. C.J. McWilliams up the floor. Lead pass ahead. Nice catch by Trevor Shank under the basket. Saves it on the end line. Guts to the Morgan Shank. Shot no good. Beck puts it up no good. Another Fairfield offensive board. Morgan Shank, though, goes down to the floor. He's tied up, and a held ball. Held ball arrow goes to Fairfield because Conrad started the quarter with the basketball. Eagles lead 43-23. They made 6 of 13 shots in that third quarter. Conrad made just 2 of 10. McWilliams to inbound under the Fairfield basket. CJ lobs it up top to Morgan Shank to Trevor Shank in the left corner. Shank will take it in the defense. Gets inside the 2 and the 3. Passes back outside to Morgan Shank and brings it up top to Dalton Palmer. Now to McWilliams on the right wing. Back up top to Palmer. Swings it left side to Morgan Shank. Trevor Shank comes up top of the key, gets the ball. Leaves it there for Palmer and goes back under the basket. McWilliams right wing to Palmer. Down to Morgan Shank on the left side. Back to Palmer up top. Right side, McWilliams has it. Larson's out on him. Back to Palmer. Takes the ball to the left side wing. Wanted a bounce pass down low, and it hit a foot. That's off of Missick's shoe and out of bounds. So Fairfield will inbound again. Conrad in a 2-3 zone defensively. McWilliams to inbound, and they bring it in the left corner to Trevor Shank. Started to the wing, comes back to the baseline. Pull up 15-footer is flat. Misses, and Diedrich on the rebound for Conrad. Diedrich to Larson, up the floor to Underdahl. Left wing charges in against Palmer. Got tied up on the way to the basket, pulled the ball down, and put it up and in. Somehow Blake Underdahl got that ball away from Dalton Palmer, threw it at the basket, and it went through. 43-25 Fairfield. Palmer against half-court defense from Conrad. Comes to Morgan Shank. Backs Larson off on the dribble. Larson comes out to challenge again. Shank starts right, goes back left, stumbles, and gets a bounce pass away to McWilliams. Peters is on McWilliams and hooked him going by. Again, Peters got a little too close before the dribble and draws the foul. That's his second. 4 team fouls on Conrad in the half. Clark Judish has 4 personal fouls for the Cowboys. Morgan Shank on the dribble against Larson. Got by Shane with a jump pass right side to Palmer. Down to the baseline, and Trevor Shank. He had 10 points in the first half, and Fairfield wants a timeout. We'll break for a minute with 6:30 to go in the fourth quarter. With timeout, it's Fairfield 43, Conrad 25.
To be young.
Fairfield inbound on the end line coming out of the timeout. They find Morgan Shank, who makes a pretty nice catch up against the sideline on this near side. Bounce pass to the left wing. McWilliams has it. Conrad pressures in the zone. McWilliams goes cross lane to Palmer's all alone. Tabasco got fouled and puts it in.
Great look. Dalton Palmer was all by himself on that right side, and Conrad panicked when they saw that he had it. Oh no, they called a charge.
They called the foul against Palmer. And that may be another one of those pushed off with the free arm while he went up with the right hand. Missick came up to try to block the shot, and they called it on Palmer. So Conrad's got the ball now. Break Underdahl on the right wing to Larson. Goes left wing to Peters. Down to the baseline. Larson's got it there. Takes the dribble up to the left side lane. Gets in the lane. Pull up 8-footer over Morgan Shank. No good. Fairfield on the rebound. Trevor Shank's got it there. Gives it away to Dalton Palmer. Palmer across half court now for Fairfield. Inside 6 minutes to play fourth quarter. Conrad sags back in the zone. McWilliams gets the pass now to Palmer on the left side. Morgan Shank evades the defender. And a bounce pass in the lane. And Shank stumbled against the defender, and he's called for traveling.
Help him out a little bit out there.
He kind of got sandwiched between 2 players and was just trying to get away from him and kind of got tripped up and, well, just was trying to keep his balance. Took an extra step.
Clark Judish is in for Conrad with 4 fouls. Jan Saganya back in. Tanner Mayer is in as well. Morgan Shank will come out. Joel Beck is out for Fairfield. So you've got Mayer, Gagne, McWilliams, Trevor Shank, and Palmer. Larson with the ball. Pass on the left wing to Underdahl. Padilla cuts through the lane. They go top of the key to Larson. Shoots a 3, and it's good. 3 3-pointers for Shane Larson tonight. He's got 14 points. 43-28 Fairfield. Trevor Shank across half court to the left side wing, puts the brakes on. Pass in the midcourt. Palmer's got it there. Padilla against him. Takes a dribble to the right side. McWilliams has it up in the low post to Trevor Shank. Powers the basket out around Judish and lays it in. His first field goal since the first quarter. He had 9 points in that opening quarter. Now Larson the other way for Conrad. 45-28 Fairfield. Larson stops at the free throw line, passes to his right to Peters, up top to Padilla, goes free throw line, hesitates, shot blocked by Palmer. Rebound, Padilla tipped it away from Palmer that went out of bounds. It'll be Fairfield's ball. Tanner Mayer will set the play for Fairfield as they come to the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Mayer looking for a pass, gets it in short to Trevor Shank. He'll bring it up the near sideline, pass across the line to Gagne. He'll bring it to the right wing and stops. Hits the trailer, Mayer. Over to the left side to McWilliams. Up top now Palmer. Back on the left side to McWilliams. Against Peters. Steps around Peters. Comes up the left side wing. Got bumped from behind. Pass into the corner to Gagne. Back up top to McWilliams. Up to the top of the key. Mayer's got it there. Dribbles against Larson. Whistle. And a carry on the drive against Mayer. So Conrad's defense is forcing some turnovers. Kyle Murek is back in. Matt Missick out for the Cowboys. Conrad's going with Peters, Larson, and Judish, Padilla, and Murek now. On the dribble, Larson goes the spin dribble to the free throw line. Pass to Padilla. He'll take it down the right side lane. Hooks in the basket from 7, and it won't go down. Rebound, Trevor Shank for Fairfield. Gets the outlet pass to Palmer. Palmer gets by Padilla, comes across half court, runs the pass down to the left baseline, taken there by Mayer. Backs back out on the wing on the dribble, and brings it up top to McWilliams. McWilliams with 4:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Dribbles between defenders. Bounce pass to the baseline to Gagne. Powers to the hoop. Missed the shot. Murek falls over Gagne. Can't grab the loose ball, and it's picked up by Larson. Larson on the run, 3-on-3. Cross lane pass to Peters. Goes to the baseline for Conrad. Off balance shot is up and no good. Rebound tipped high by Larson. And we've got a foul. And Fairfield will be whistled for this one. And the call goes against McWilliams. CJ's first, only the fourth team foul on Fairfield. They have only 11 fouls on the night. Conrad to inbound, ball knocked out of bounds by Gagne. So Larson will come over to the sideline and they'll set the play there. Conrad with just 9 second half points so far. Larson will bring it up cross court to Murek. Takes the lob on the left side wing. Dribbles into the lane with a spin. Goes down the baseline to Judish with a nice spin to the left side. He took an extra step on the drive and is called for traveling. Pretty good spin until he started into the lane. He needed to go a little wider to the left, and that's when he traveled with it. Substitution. Morgan Shank is back in now for Fairfield. Palmer on the bounce pass under the Conrad basket to Mayer, to Morgan Shank, to Mayer, to Trevor Shank. Double teamed in the backcourt. Gets the ball across half court. Long pass to the front court to Shank with a dribble in the lane. Leans and hit Gagne in a bad spot on that pass, and it goes out of bounds. Conrad substitutes. Blake Underdahl is in. Brett Peters will come out. 3:44 to go in the fourth quarter. Fairfield leads 45-28. Conrad's outscored Fairfield 5-2 in this quarter, thanks to a three-pointer by Larson. He comes across the half-court line. Larson with a dribble up toward the top of the key. Passes to his right. Underdahl's got it a long way outside the three-point line. Pass back Larson, top of the key. Another three on the way, no good. Rebound comes to the left side, knocked out of bounds by Palmer away from Murek. So Conrad will inbound on the sideline. Conrad and I think Larson's, shot all but one of them. They're 3 of 5 from the three-point line tonight.
That's not too bad, but if you're trying to hit it from outside.
On the inbound, Tyler Padilla finds Clark Judish under the basket for a layup, and it's 45-30 Fairfield now. Palmer in the backcourt. Pass to the middle of the floor. Trevor Shank's got it there. Players behind him reach it after the ball. Shank dribbles up to the top of the key. Still on the dribble. Picks it up on the left side of the top of the key. And passes outside to Morgan Shank. Ball knocked away by Larson. Picked up by Shank. Drives on Judish. Got an arm in there on the drive. He was just trying to help out Larson. He's called for a foul. So Clark Judish will foul out of the contest with 3:01 to go in the fourth quarter. Clark had 4 points in limited playing time because of all the fouls. He comes to the sideline, and Matt Missick, who picked up the first 2 fouls of the game and has not fouled since, comes back in for Conrad. Mayer to pass into the corner to Morgan Shank. Knocked out on the sideline by Larson. They ran over a cheerleader. I think she's okay. Not smiling, but she is smiling. Okay.
Yes, she is now.
It's backflip girl who got run over on that play. Mayer to inbound. At the free throw line to Gagne. Janssen will pass on the outside to Morgan Shank. Steps inside to Larson. Now backs away and starts the dribble. Larson goes for the steal. Ran right into Shank's shoulder and draws the foul. Third foul on Larson. And that's 7 fouls. They have 4 versus 5 on the scoreboard. It's supposed to read 7. Now they're counting up. And a 1-and-1 opportunity for Fairfield, who's not shot a free throw here in the second half. They made 10 of 11 in the first half. And Morgan Shank will step up here. He is 4 of 4 from the line. Just a slight delay while referee Greg Tatsy comes to the scorer's table. There's a 7. That's 7. Okay. And now Shank to shoot the free throws. He has 8 points tonight. This free throw up and in. Averaging almost 14 points a game on the season. He is 1 point behind Trevor Shank of the scoring on the year. Shank has 12 points tonight. Morgan has 9. Second shot is up and good. Substitution in. Joel Beck is in for Fairfield, and Trevor Shank will come out. So 47-30. Fairfield with 4 points in the first 5 minutes of this fourth quarter. Fairfield with the lead. Larson backing up Morgan Shank as they come across half court. Larson passes to the left to Murek. Got around Gagne, going all the way to the basket. Veers to his left and missed the layup. Rebound. Underdahl comes through the crowd with a shot. He puts it up and in. Blake Underdahl's got a couple of baskets in the fourth quarter. 47-32 Fairfield. Palmer gets into the front court, got around Padilla. Now Underdahl trying to double team. Cross court pass comes to Mayer, and to Gagne now on the right baseline. Dribbles away from the baseline, brings it back to Mayer, gets around Underdahl, pass into the right corner, and Gagne's got it there. On the outside to Mayer. Dribbles back toward the midcourt, picks up the dribble, hands the ball to Palmer. Followed by Padilla, swings back in the midcourt area. Underdahl gambles for the steal. Pass free throw line to Mayer. Goes in the lane on the dribble. Had the ball knocked away, got it back. Passes outside to Morgan Shank. 2:05 to go fourth quarter. Fairfield by 15. Bounce pass in the midcourt. Mayer's got it there. Hits Gagne. Now they're running the flex offense from out around the top of the key. Beck's got it here against Murek, who reaches in. Pass comes to Palmer. Palmer against Padilla, and a foul called, and Tyler Padilla's got his third.
Fairfield, I think their main objective was to run a lot of time off, and they were able to do that going back and forth on the perimeter there. And finally, Padilla said, I've got to do something, and ends up reaching in, drawing the foul.
C.J. McWilliams is in. Tristan Diedrich is in. I don't know if I've ever seen a team run the flex offense that high, but it's a good idea. The flex offense, with all of its screening, is designed as a ball possession offense. You can run a lot of time off, but Palmer missed a free throw. Conrad comes the other way, long pass down to the baseline of Padilla. Shot's blocked by Palmer. It's his third tonight. Rebound picked up by Larson. He'll shoot over Gagne. That's no good, and Palmer almost rim high to grab that rebound. Still 47-32 Fairfield. McWilliams across half court. Bothered by Larson on the dribble. McWilliams almost got by Padilla, who knocked the ball loose, but he's called for a whistle. Called for a reach there, and that's 4 on Tyler Padilla. And another 1-and-1 will send C.J. McWilliams to the free throw line. He has not scored tonight.
I think that what Shane Larson was trying to do, he was trying to go for that steal and just kind of leaned over too much and lost his balance and just kind of was falling into him when he was trying to get that ball and ends up drawing contact.
Larson is out, and Brett Peters comes in now with 1:32 to go in the fourth quarter. McWilliams' free throw is flat, rims the hoop and comes out. Rebound saved on the end line by Murek, balancing up against the end line, gets the outlet pass away. Conrad up the floor in a hurry. Here comes Underdahl, charging to the hoop, and the shot is no good. Rebound, McWilliams grabs it there, and Fairfield slows it down now. McWilliams in the backcourt against Padilla, got by Tyler with a behind-the-back dribble. Pass on the left wing, caught by Mayer in stride. Takes it to the wing, picks up the dribble, reaching in. Underdahl almost had it, comes away to McWilliams, and he travels with the ball as Brett Peters played tough defense on the side. Fairfield has 5 turnovers in the fourth quarter. They had 2 in the first, 3 in the second, and 4 in the third. Mayer and Palmer come out now for Fairfield with 1:07 to go in the fourth. Christian Mello is on the floor for Fairfield, and we'll check the other change. Cantor Coverdale. On the right side wing, Underdahl. Pass outside. Miracle fire for 3 off the front iron. Rebound. Peters has it there. He'll go to the basket. Got by McWilliams and laid it in. First 2. Peters with basket. His first 2. 47-34 Fairfield. Pass across half court. Caught by Coverdale. Canton Coverdale will pass to McWilliams in the middle of the floor. CJ on the drive and toss the ball at the free throw line. Scramble for the loose ball. He and Peters tie it up. It's a held ball. Held ball arrow goes to Conrad.
I think he was looking over at Joel Beck, and as he looked over there, he kind of took his eye off the ball, and that's when Conrad was able to go for that steal.
Fairfield down 13. Peters ahead to Underdahl. Steps outside the three-point line, shoots it short. Beck is on the rebound there for Fairfield. Beck pivots against Murek, puts the ball on the floor and gets the outlet pass away. Mello on that far side, and the ball knocked away by Underdahl. Battles for the loose ball. They go to the floor, laying there, and a traveling call. Mello stayed on his back, but wiggled a little trying to get the pass away, and they call the walk on him.
It was kind of a late whistle, but yeah, that was probably the right call. He slid a little bit with that ball, and when you do that, that's an automatic travel.
20 seconds to go in the fourth. Ball will come in from Padilla, looking for an opening. Passes out near the half-court line. Underdahl's got it there. Drives to the right side. Picks up the dribbles. Wanted the ball, and it's knocked loose. Taken by Gagne outside to Murek as he picks up the loose ball. Shoots and misses, and Beck comes away with a rebound. Beck for Fairfield, pivoting with 8 seconds now. Gets the ball ahead to McWilliams. Go down to the other end, and Mello's all by himself. Takes the ball on the baseline. Pass underneath to Gagne. Lays it up and in with 2 seconds to go in the fourth, and that'll be the ball game. Unselfish play by Christian Mello, although the defender was running at him. He gave it up to Gagne all alone under the basket, and Fairfield wins the game by 15. Conrad outscored them, though, in the fourth quarter by an 11-6 margin. So Fairfield gets the sweep on their home floor tonight against the Cowgirls and Cowboys. Let's hear now from Village Drug, and we'll wrap up our broadcast as our night continues with the wrap-up in 1 minute. The final score tonight in the boys' game, Fairfield 49 and Conrad 34.
Kay and Kenneth Naylor started Kay's Auto in 1955. The Fairfield store opened in March of 1984 and has been going strong ever since. Today, Ken and Jan Naylor own and operate the family business. They have proudly supported the Fairfield community and school for 28 years. For all of your automotive parts, vehicle accessories, and automotive tools, be sure to stop into the Fairfield K's Auto Store. Customers will experience outstanding service in a friendly atmosphere and guaranteed high-quality parts. Please visit K's Auto of Fairfield for any of your automotive needs. Thank you for your business, and go Eagles!
And our wrap-up tonight being brought to you by your friends Gordon Ealings and Farmers Union Insurance of Conrad and Chester. Fairfield wins tonight 49-34 on the boys' side. For the Cowboys, Shane Larson had the best offensive night with 3 3-point baskets, ended up with 14 points for Conrad. Tyler Padilla had 6, all in the first half. Blake Underdahl had a pair of fourth-quarter baskets for his points. Clark Judish had 4 points before fouling out, and 4 points for Matt Missick, all coming in the third quarter. Brett Peters got that late basket for a Conrad team that shot just 30% tonight, 15 of 50 from the field, only shot 2 free throws tonight, and made one of them. And we talked about the fact that they've got pretty decent height overall. You've got Missick at 6'3" or 6'4". Kyle Murek's about 6'4". Clark Judish comes in at 6'4". But those guys combined score 8 points tonight. I mean, yes, Fairfield was tough in defensively, but Conrad just doesn't get very many points with the big guys around the basket.
And I was kind of looking at how they did last time, and the Conrad didn't have any scores in double figures, but Kyle Murek, who actually was the high scorer when they played in that game, he had 8 points. Didn't score any here, but I think that you got guys underneath there. You would think that those would be your go-to guys. I mean, Shane Larson will obviously put him up quite a bit, and he always is kind of the offensive spark plug, I guess you will, for Conrad. But yeah, you think about with all that height that you would have pounding to those people quite a bit, but that just doesn't produce points.
And I'm sure Shane Larson's probably your best shooter overall, at least he seems to be. But at the same time, when you've got that size, even if it's against equal size, I mean, they don't even get shots down in the low post, and they don't get that many offensive rebound opportunities. They didn't more in the fourth quarter of this game, but still, I guess I'm a little surprised in that regard. I haven't seen Conrad play that much. That may change when they play, for example, Shelby on Saturday night.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I was looking underneath, even though he only scored 4 points, Blake Underdahl was in there all the time, pounding it to the hole, and he's one of your short. He's only 5'6", and so he's one of your smaller guys. But he was the one that was actually going to the hole quite a bit.
But that's on that dribble penetration. That's not a low post pass, for example, back to the basket, 5 feet. That's.
Well, that's true. I mean, but it just seems like they weren't because they weren't producing. They didn't do it a whole lot. They were relying more on their speed to get the ball inside the hole instead of pounding it down to the big guys because they just wouldn't put it down.
Of course, Tyson Anderson's teams have been penetrators quite a bit of the long career he's had in Conrad, and that's certainly what they are doing this season. Just put that out there, I guess. Maybe I'm in the wrong place to do that. But Fairfield wins by 15 tonight. We'll have the numbers for the Eagles when we come back. Our final score in the boys' game, Fairfield 49 and Conrad 34. Again, our wrap-up being brought to you by Gordon Elings, your Farmers Union insurance agent of Conrad and of Chester. Fairfield wins 49-34. We talked about the inside game tonight. Mike talked about it in the pregame, how the matchup, you've got Conrad, a team that doesn't always keep the other team away from the basket, whether it's penetration or low post passing. Fairfield is a team that goes to the basket strong. They've got good inside players. You look at the scoring tonight, Trevor Schenk, 12 points, Jan Saganya, 11 points, Joel Beck off the bench, 8 points. They really made their living inside tonight.
Yeah, and especially, I was thinking about how I was saying during the game that if you get Joel Beck he'll spend all night underneath that basket, giving him a chance, and he'll take the ball to the hole. He's done it in the game I saw against Shoto. He only had 6 in that because he got into foul trouble. But given the chance, he can add some points for you. And you're right. And of course, the Shane cousins were always in there. Gagne, who's been in double figures quite a bit, at least in the games I have seen, hasn't been as effective. But tonight, he really came out scoring that 11 points and got the ball inside quite a bit. So yeah, just the opposite of what we saw Conrad doing. They were going underneath the basket all the time.
Gagne with 11 points tonight, also made 3 free throws. Trevor Schenk led the way with 12 points. He had a three-pointer from the outside as well, had 9 of his 12 in the first quarter. Morgan Schenk had 10 points tonight, 6 of those coming from the free throw line. And we mentioned Joel Beck and his 8 points, all in the first half. That's Dalton Palmer with 6 points, and Tanner Mayer with 2, wrapping up the scoring for a Fairfield team that shot 18 of 46 from the field, about 39% there, and their best free throw night of the season percentage-wise, 12 of 15 for 80%. Fairfield had only 9 turnovers in the first 3 quarters. They ended up with 15 for the game. Conrad had only 1 turnover in that fourth quarter. They had 13 in all for the game, and total fouls, 18 on the Conrad side, and only 11 on the Fairfield side. And again, Conrad shoots only 2 free throws and makes 1 on the evening. Fairfield outscores them by 11 at the free throw line, and they win by 15. We'll come back and wrap up our contests tonight after a word from Gordon Elings, your Farmers Union insurance agent of Conrad and Chester. And our final score here tonight, Fairfield 49 and Conrad 34. In our girls contest tonight, it was as much what Conrad didn't do as much as what Fairfield did. Again, the Eagles didn't really pressure as much defensively as we've seen them do in the past. Conrad got a lot of shots around the basket that didn't go in tonight, and we're not necessarily intimidated by Jill Barta either, but some good looks at the basket that didn't go in. Conrad girls shot just 22% from the field, 9 of 41. Fairfield got out on them early, 20-6. Conrad didn't score for 9 minutes in the midsection of the first quarter into the middle of the second quarter, and by that time Conrad led by 5-4 as a matter of fact on the girls side, and by the time they scored again from the field, Fairfield was ahead 30-6, and there's your ball game.
Yeah, that was the only I thought to myself too when they took that lead. I said, well, that probably won't last too long, and it didn't, because just the type of team that Fairfield is this year.
Jill Barta had 19 points and 3 quarters of work for Fairfield. Real nice night for Kaylin Coverdell, had 17 points with 12 of them coming in the third quarter. And Courtney Coverdell had 9 in the first half, had 11 in the contest. And in the second game, Fairfield good around the basket, shot well in the opening quarter and made free throws. Led Conrad by 9 at the end of one. The Cowboys would get back within 6 a couple of times in the second quarter, but a late run by Fairfield put them out by 12 at halftime. halftime, 31-19. And then Conrad shot just 2 of 10 in the third quarter. Fairfield extended the lead to 12, and even though Conrad won the fourth quarter, they still shot just 5 of 18 in that quarter. They end up 30% on the night. And again, Fairfield is so good around the glass, and they go on to win by a score of 49-34. So Fairfield goes to 5-1 now in the conference and puts the number on Shoto to try to match that, as the Bulldogs will be in Shelby tomorrow night. We'll be broadcasting those games on K96. On KSEN, it's District 10C play with Valier taking on Dutton Brady. And then on Saturday, it's an all 1B night here. We'll have the Conrad Shelby matchups on KSEN, and the Cutbank Fairfield games will be here on K96. Another busy weekend of basketball, especially with the Conrad duels here, and no invitational wrestling. So we've got a busy night of our weekend of basketball, and we'll bring it all to you thanks to your good people in the Conrad sports clubs here in northern Montana. Our wrap-up brought to you by Elings Insurance of Conrad. We also want to thank Village Drug, the Home Cafe, and the First Liberty Federal Credit Union, and our sponsors from the Conrad area, who include Breen Oil and Tire Factory and Main Street Express of Shoto, as well as CHS all across northern Montana. Conrad Building Center, Creative Addictions, that delicious chocolate in Conrad. Frontline Ag of Conrad, Shoto, and Cutbank, your John Deere dealers, as well as Mountain View Co-op, Pure Bliss Cycle, Rocky Mountain Custom Upholstery, and Torgerson's of Etheridge, Northern Montana Insurance Services, and MCR LLC of Shelby. Bill Hanley is produced and directed tonight. I'm Gary Gooden, thanking you for joining us. You've heard our schedule now for the weekend, and we'll look forward to bringing you much more basketball and many more scores on the Van Motor Sports Scoreboard tomorrow night and Saturday night. For Mike Dean, I'm Gary Gooden, thanking you for joining us from Fairfield. Our final score in the girls' game this evening, Fairfield makes it 89 games without a loss as they defeated Conrad 66-26. And the final on the boys' side, Fairfield 49 and Conrad 34. Yes, sir.